working on a new model railroad layout, and I've decided I'm going to break it into phases. Phase 1 is what we're going to start off with. As you can see here, here are the pieces. We're going to be doing T-Trak, and we're going to be doing 2 single straights, 2 corner radiuses, and 1 end cap. An end cap is 2 corner radiuses in one part. It actually makes it a little bit easier to kind of do a bigger scene right there. And so this is what I'm going to be doing as parts, but we're going to start off, and it's going to start off looking like this. It's just kind of like an overview. Yeah, I know it's going to be kind of boring, but we got to start somewhere, right? So let's start off by just doing something very simple, very basic in phase 1. Phase 1 should not take very much time. We're going to basically try focusing on sort of that rural farming scene. We have a couple different barn type scenery kits. We also have that butcher shop, some different houses and stuff, very rural. We have a feed and seed. We have other buildings and scenery as well, but this is kind of what I see going into phase 1. Now we're going to quickly move from phase 1 into doing phase 2. So phase 1 is really just going to be there for a little bit. So phase 2, what I want to do is I want to add 6 more modules, and these are them. We're going to add 2 more single modules, 2 S-transitional modules, and 2 double-wide modules. Yes, all these modules, by the way, are going to be 14-inch depth. So we're going to add 6 more. These ones in the middle, they're called S-transitional, and they take the track from the front of the layout, move it to the rear. Now what we're going to do is one is going to be going in one direction, one's going to go in the other direction, and it's going to be kind of like this. Now, yeah, I know the drawing didn't come out very good for those S curves, but that's kind of how it's going to look. So this area here is now going to be an 8-foot stretch. So what I'm basically want to do is I have these banquet tables. They're 6 foot wide, or they're 6 foot long by 30 inches wide, and I'm going to put 2 of them together to make an L-shaped layout. But I'm going to be doing my layout in phases. So phase 2 is going to be this right here, and that's adding these pieces to the original layout, which was layout 1, which was this. So yeah, you can see very quickly it becomes this. Very nice. And now we're not done. We're going to be going to phase 3 momentarily, but I want to kind of show you some of the buildings that I kind of foresee, some of the scenery that we're going to be looking at doing. Now this is not all of it, but this is going to be most of it. Okay, so you can see we have a mine on there. I've already started the mine. These buildings that are the DPM kits up in the corner, they're like industrial looking. I'm going to kind of kit bash them and merge the 2 together to make a paper mill. So we're going to have that in there. Yeah, IGA. Believe it or not, I found a bunch of these Woodland Scenic Just Plug kits. They're pre-made kits with the lighting already built in, already pre-painted. I found them during Prime Days at Amazon. Believe it or not, Amazon does sell some of these, and they were priced between $28 and $38. If you know anything about these particular kits, they're usually priced way higher than that at most hobby shops. So if you're looking for any of these Just Plug kits, or not really kits, Just Plug buildings by the Woodland Scenic Just Plug, they have some at Amazon. Look during the Prime Days. All the ones that I picked up were basically 28 to 38, which I thought were fantastic. We are going to have several different buildings. Yes, a little diner. Going to have like a little scene with a post office and an IGA, maybe some other little buildings in there. And we're also going to have a train depot. I plan to have at least 2 depots for this entire layout. So yeah, we're definitely going to have that mine in there. We're going to have some other stuff, some other like very rural scenery and stuff like that as well. Then we're going to be moving to phase 3. Now, phase 1 and 2, I really want to start phase 1 here in 2024, but I'm hoping that phase 2 also starts in 2024. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to end both of them in 2024, but we're definitely going to start phase 2 in 2024 at some point. Then we're going to move to phase 3. Phase 3, we're going to be adding, boom, this many more pieces. We're going to add 2 more single straights. We're going to be adding what they call the inner corner radius. This is a very large part. Then we're going to be adding a second double straight. And then we're going to be adding a regular corner piece. So yeah, quite a bit more pieces. Again, 5 more. And this, now we're going to have to rearrange phase 1, 2, and 3 to give us our final sort of layout that we're looking for here in phase 3, and that's the L-shaped layout. This is 2 6-foot banquet tables put together in an L-shaped pattern. So yeah, we had to kind of change some of them around, but they will fit. This is really awesome. What I really like about this is it's starting to get to be a really kind of a bigger layout. I can run that passenger rail. I can run my freight line. Now, I also have a tram that would like to run in the future, and I'll show you what I'm thinking about doing in the future after phase 3. But this allows me to make a bigger layout. But if I ever have to move, these pieces are all manageable to move. The singles are about a foot wide. About some of them can be upwards to 14 inches, like these corner radius pieces. The double wides are near 2 feet. The end cap there is actually 28 inches, so it's a little over 2 feet, but they're roughly in that sort of 2 foot or smaller range. Now, that big inner corner radius, yeah, that one's going to be a bigger piece. It's going to be closer to a 2 by 2 foot by 2 foot, close to that range. It's not quite, but it's in there. Everything's done by millimeters, by the way, in T-Trak, but this will allow me to carry all these pieces myself and be able to transport them in something as small as a compact car. My last layout, which wasn't huge, but because it was this bigger, it was kind of hard to carry by one person, and it did not fit in a compact car. So it cost me a little extra money than I actually had to transport and move it because of its awkward size. So that's what I want to do, is get out of the awkward size, number one, and make it easier to transport. Another thing I really like about T-Trak is if I ever move and I had to put my layout in a different way other than this L-shaped layout, you can. The pieces can be reconfigured to fit in a lot of different size spaces. That's what's awesome about T-Trak, is the reconfiguredness of the parts. So that's another plus. I also like the fact that we can share them with other people around the world in these clubs and whatnot as well. And T-Trak also allows you to continue to build your model railroad over time. You can keep adding pieces to it. You can make it bigger, whatever. You can keep adding to the scenery, and that's one of the best parts about model railroad, is to constantly keep doing scenery. So this is definitely going to take some time. Phase 3 is most likely not going to occur until 2025. And these are some of the buildings I kind of see going into phase 3 right here. So some of the phase 3 buildings are going to be, we definitely have a sawmill. I already bought the sawmill. I got it on sale, $38. It normally goes for it usually goes for 3 times as much. I do see houses, some industrial commercial buildings. We're going to have another depot. We're definitely going to have another farming type building, and we're going to have a lot of other type of stuff. And so we're going to be doing a number of different things, but it should be a lot of fun. And so I'm just trying to foresee some of the things I'm going to be doing, how I'm going to have this layout laid out, what parts are we going to be working on, and when are we going to be working on them. There is going to be a future as well. I do see a potential future of phase 4 and phase 5. Phase 4, we're going to be adding 2 of these T-junctions. Those are double wide pieces. This will allow for a third train to be added. And at some point, phase 5, we're going to add either 2 single or possibly 2 double straights. I don't know what yet, because that's so far in the future, but this shows me that in the future we can be adding more stuff. We definitely want to add T-junctions in the future. I don't know when, and I don't know what's going to be on them. And we also want to add at least 2 more straights, either being singles or doubles. Again, I don't know which ones, and I don't know what I'm going to put on them yet. So yeah, T-Trak really seems like a good thing for me, because it can be easy to carry, easy to transport, easy to reconfigure if I need to. So it's definitely future-proofing my layout. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of the scenery already ready to go, and I can't wait.